guys, Asher coming at you today, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. How are you all doing? I haven't checked in on you guys in a while. I'm doing pretty well myself. I am now only weeks until my little boy goes to kindergarten, so I'm like scared and I'm looking forward to it at the same time. I'm nervous. I'm more nervous than I ever was going to school, for my kiddo going to school. You know, you just worry about the things. I'm sure if there's any parents out there in the audience, you know what I'm talking about, but you worry kind of incessantly. I need to get better at it. I've always been a worrier and it's awful. I wish I wasn't, but I'm getting a little bit better, you know, in my age. But like, what if he doesn't make friends? What if somebody picks on him? Like all these what ifs, you know, you just want your best for your kid. And
he's gonna be just fine.
I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm also excited for my big boy. So I got that going on. I'm doing a lot of traveling for work over the next month or two. You guys won't notice because I'm going to pre-record videos for those days, but I'll never tell you what's pre-recorded and what's not.
But I will.
Other than that, you know, mostly traveling for work and stuff like right now, excuse me. We're going almost 5 years in my company. So anyway, listen, I could ramble for a little bit here, but I just want to check in with you guys. I'm sure we'll do a little bit more rambling throughout the duration of the video. You know, I made a video the other day, the biggest, or not the biggest, but a big free-to-play Mortal Soulstone opening. A lot of you guys had positive comments on that too, so I appreciate the positivity, and I like that a lot of you guys enjoyed. What we did in that video is we talked a lot about the free-to-play strategy for using coins, the mythic market, like kind of the niche strategy on what you should and shouldn't do, you know, when you're farming Iron Twins and using Soul Stones and Awakening and all that stuff, right? So anyway, on that account, I was using Sir Henry's account, my artist, my thumbnail artist. He's making this thumbnail as well for me, right? And I noticed when I was going through his account in that video, I showed you, I think, like one or two runs maybe of like Spider or something like that. Or maybe I didn't, maybe I'm thinking another video, but I did notice that Nut, I'm gonna call him Nut. I'm not gonna call him Newt. I'm sorry, guys. He looks like a nut, man. He looks like a nut.
Gnut, will you answer the call?
But how can I look like one?
I noticed that my man Henry was using Nut in like 7 or 8 different locations. And then I posted this community tab poll on my Raid Champion Guide YouTube channel. A few thousand of you guys voted. And I compare him to some of the other better fusions out there. Notably, I didn't have Helicath, and I'm so lazy. The reason I didn't post Helicath here is because I couldn't find a high-quality image of just his avatar.
Oh, lazy.
You'd rather live in shit than let the world see you work a shovel.
So, like, I think he would be in contention. Pytheon would be in contention just off the top of my head in terms of some of the best fusions. But, man, more than half of you guys, it might not look like the discrepancy is that big, but more than half of the people said that they would rather have Nut than any of these other champions. Personally, man, I love Walking Tomb Drang so much. Am I not doing a good job of conveying how good he is, or are these champions just so incredibly good too? I don't know what it is, but Walking Tomb Drang is amazing. Maybe it's just unfair competition. Either way, though, I was shocked. I thought that maybe Nut would win. He's recency bias as well and all that good stuff. Enemy max HP, all that stuff. But I didn't think it would be a landslide victory. Maybe I should do a final showdown with like him and Pytheon and Helicath. Who else would you include in that conversation in terms of the best fusions or fragment summons of all time? I'm not sure who I would go with the fourth. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, not sure who it is. So I saw that, and then I was just kind of meandering around the interwebs, and I saw that on Hell Hades, they rank him a perfect 5 out of 5. I think they only rank 14 champions in the entire game a perfect 5 out of 5. And you can see, I mean, this is just insane. He's got a 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, and then 5, 5, 5 on the hard mode.
I'm not finished.
That's incredible. Moreover, Doom Tower bosses is amazing outside of Celestial Griffin. However, I noticed my man Henry uses him in Celestial Griffin. I use him in Celestial Griffin. I don't know why it's a 1 against the Celestial Griffin, frankly. But either way, Dark Phase, a 5, like the most important place to farm on Doom Tower, arguably for that lethal gear. Obviously, his kit's amazing. He's got a 1.1 defense, a 3.5 defense, and then obviously a 1.5 defense plus a 10th of the target's max HP, but it's a triple hitter, making this the largest damage dealing ability against a boss with a lot of HP out of any champion in the game. Acrisia has a double enemy max HP hitter, but he's got a triple, right? And obviously the damage is the same. It's a 10th of the target's max HP. So I got to thinking, first of all, pause here. Look at this, dude. The Fire Knight skin. I want to be real with you guys. Did I miss something? Was this in game already and I missed it? Or is this not come out yet? Because you go to get skin, it says that the pieces aren't or whatever available to acquire the skin right now. But damn, dude, Gnut looks so much better as the Fire Knight. I actually really, really like this skin. He's got the shields. The armor looks so much more badass. He's got the eyes, look, everything about him. Oh man, I really want this skin. No offense to the classic skin. I mean, he is what he is, right? We can't all be these, wings everywhere and candles coming out of heads and all that baloney. But he's a little underwhelming aesthetically, I will say that. He's kind of like an elder hobbit or something from J.R. Tolkien. I don't know. I wanted to share all the areas that my man Henry uses this champion, guys, because he's that profound of a champion. Maybe we'll give you guys some inspiration as well on where you could use your Gnut, you know? So he has him built very fast. Not a ton of defense for, the base defense on this champion is very high, 1520. So not a ton at 4,500. Frankly, it doesn't really matter that much because, again, the defensive multipliers are fine and well, and they do add to the damage, but it's really coming from that A3 with that enemy max HP, and that's predicated on enemy max HP, right? He has some survivability on HP. He's got a 258 speed, so nice and fast, which I love, and then he has a 99 243. I'm going to be such a nitpicker here, but I really have gotten out of the habit and routine personally of even building a 99% crit rate. I know it sounds stupid and menial and probably, half of you are rolling your eyes. It's not the end of the world. It's not, you're not going to ruin your account. But really, I really try to get that 100. I really do. Because that one weak hit could be the difference between that arena battle, not that Gnut is a big arena champion, but that arena battle, or moreover, wasting energy on those auto runs or whatever if he lands that weak hit or whatever, or non-critical hit. So we already know his kit, but really quickly, he's got one of the best A1s in the game for Fire Knight, normal and hard. You love this. Decrease target's turn meter by 15%, or we get the freeze if the target's turn meter is not decreased. We got the freeze, which again is beautiful for control and Fire Knight hard. The AoE decrease attack and weaken. Counterattack on himself, no big deal on a 3-turn cooldown. You know what? I use Gnut in several different locations myself. And I even forgot, just how much he brings, I forgot about the weaken. I know it's dumb, but I forgot about it. I'm like, oh yeah, he's also got the weaken. No big deal. Also a triple hitter. Decrease target's defense by 3% up to 30%. What a great ability, man. All that damage. He's also healing and decreasing their defense. And then when counterattacking, no big deal. He's dealing 100% of damage instead of 75 like every other counterattack in the game. Man, oh man, we got Brimstone on this champion for a master. We have to build him with accuracy anyway, so that works out great for a Brimstone candidate. Giant Slayer is a perfect mastery for this champion, right? Come down, pick up Giant Slayer. Fantastic triple hitter on his A1. Counterattack, even more triple hitters all over the place. Great stuff there. What are we missing? We're missing... Oh. Well, it is a free-to-play account, ladies and gentlemen, here. You could obviously just go with Master Hexer, right? Extend the duration of that weekend. But yeah, I'm totally happy with these masteries. Let's go ahead and run this dude in battle, man. Let's run this dude in battle. Now, I will say on my Gnut, my personal Gnut, I run my Gnut in Relentless because... I use him in Hydra, he's insane, more turns, more damage, same thing kind of with an Acresia type thing, right? So I built him in Relentless. Granted, Acresia comes back into another enemy max HP ability, which is really nice, but even him, all of his abilities bring such utility, I think it's worth it. But you can't really go wrong either way. Spider 10 hard, check out this team. What a free-to-play team here, right? We got Husk, we got Artak. Artak and Gnut actually work really well together, as well as Walking Tombdrang and Sissia. Let's go ahead. Artak and Gnut, what I wanted to say, rather, is not that they're free champions. Obviously, Gnut was a fusion. Artak was free. Boy, if you had told us in the beginning of Call of the Arbiter that we're going to walk away with a chance at those two champions, I mean, that's unreal. It's unbelievable. The impact that Artak and Gnut have had on really... I don't know, millions of accounts, hundreds of thousands of accounts. It's really crazy. So let's see, HP with HP. You know what? I don't know what he wants to keep, but it looks keepable to me. On my HP rings, just apropos of nothing, or defense for that matter, I'm really looking for HP percentage and defense percentage as substats. I want both of those percentages, otherwise I'm trashing it, okay? So I'll keep it. It does have those legendary, albeit 5-star. All right, so that was the easy area, right? He's using them nice and effectively there in the Spider Hard 10. This is stage 25. I have not changed any of these teams. I have not touched anything on the account. It's not my account after all. I don't feel obliged to do any of that stuff. However, I just looked around. I snooped a little bit, right? I snooped around. And I was just like, man, dude, this guy really does use Gnut. And it just got me to thinking, you know, I put that with the community tab poll, the 5-star rating. And I kind of wanted to open up the conversation with you guys. Do you think that a case can be made that Gnut is certainly one of the best champions in the game? I mean, that's an easy case to make. But do you think he might be the best fusion of all time in this game? One of Raid's very best champions in the entire game? I think there's a strong case to be made because you guys know me. The things that I look at when looking at a champion to invest in is really one of the biggest things is their versatility or really basically how many areas you're going to be using that champion inside the game. There it is, Gnut putting out a cool 2 million damage, no big deal there. Moreover, bringing that control against the Fire Knight between the A2, the A1 counterattack leading into a lot of the control on that A1 ability. Again, I'm just going to keep it because I'm not sure what he's got going on. 2 Savage pieces, not too bad. You never know. I'll keep it. I would sell it, but I'll keep it just in case. Love the substats, just not the main stat, flat stat defense there. Sorry, bro. Iron Twins. Let's see. Oof. How bad would it be to me to use 150 gems on my dude's free-to-play account just to show you a run? Would it be a scumbag move?
The Last Supper. Cause you gonna die.
Hopefully he's cool with this. Hey, it's a 2-man or 3-man or I don't know how you want to look at it, but we actually showed, this is the team that we showed, not the Spider team, I don't think, in that video, right, that I referenced earlier. But this is his Iron Twins team. My man's rocking 3 Pain Keepers. It's a really great strategy. A Helicath and 3 Pain Keepers and a DPS. The unkillables or block damage is going to be up the entire battle because of the 3 Pain Keepers. The level or the gear or anything on the Pain Keepers is not important. Level 15 3-star, level 16 3-star, and level 55 star here on this team. But it's really just a Helicath being like, okay, block damage, and Gnut being like, okay, damage, that's it. And it's as easy as that. I mentioned in the other video, and I'll mention it again, this team is better than my team that I'm using. I might build this team. And I mentioned this in that video. I'll mention it again in case you guys missed it, the Soulstone video. But man, you ought to, like after seeing this, look at how much damage he puts out on that triple hitter, man, that Blessed Bash, right? You really ought to just save your Pain Keepers, especially if you have Gnut and Helicath, right? Or another viable block damage champion. I imagine this sort of a team would be an upgrade for probably the majority of players watching right now. I'd say over 50%, right? The final stage of Iron Twins. Iron Twins is such an, I don't know, I think it's a mediocre dungeon, frankly. I don't get any enjoyment out of it at all, and the rewards still, to me, seem quite lackluster, but it is an important dungeon to do. Even as a free-to-play like Henry, you're able to get your hands in time on some decent blessings. I don't want to ruin it, but we pulled an amazing 6-star blessing in that video out of his saved Soulstone, so check that out. My runs are around 3 minutes long, and his, I think, are consistently quite a bit less. So let's see if that Blessed Bash is able to boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Wait, did he not land did he land a normal on that 3rd hit? I missed what happened there, but either way, it's still going to get the job done. It's going to take a little bit longer. I'll come to you at the end of this run. All right, guys, there we go. There we go. 237, still faster than my runs. No big deal. Obviously not doing well. All of the damage for the most part. So there we go. There we go. Sorry about the gems there. Sorry. Oh, wait. I gave him the full refill, huh? Maybe I ought to use all of them after I'm done recording, huh?
Oh no! What did I do?
But check this out, guys. So those are just a few dungeons. We covered Spider, Fire Knight, Iron Twins, right? Now look at this, man. Eternal Dragon, Gnut. I'm not going to show you all the runs because it's just a ton of damage is what he's bringing. Like more damage, and not to mention the weaken and the A2, right? Only boss he's not using it for is Nether Spider, man, and Ice Golem, right? Not on Magma Dragon, right? I kind of want to watch that team. I think I'll go. Oh, you know what? Let's watch this team instead. Celestial Griffin, where we got a 1-star rating. It could be an affinity-based thing. I don't know, but like obviously this against Spirit Affinity, he's totally good, right? He's great. He's going to be a fantastic damage dealer. So let me come back to you guys when we actually get to the Griffin. We'll see how things go down. All right, guys, here we are at the Celestial Griffin. Boom! This is Doom Tower hard, by the way. Dude, Gnut just goes right in there with the A3 and is like, yeah, let's start off by depleting 1/3 of his HP in one skill. Let's do that. How about that? Wow, dude. What a beast, man. What a beast of a champion. And I'm noticing on this team, just like, it's a super basic team, right? It's Uber support, and Pythion and Duchess both mitigating AoE attacks or damage, right? And then we have Elva, one of the better healers, cleansers, everything in the game, right? Increased speed as well. And then we have two of the best single target damage dealers in the game in Rhodos and Gnut. And that's it. But look at Gnut, man. My man is responsible for basically taking down what? I don't know, 80% of the HP from the Griffin here. I mean, that was pretty fast, pretty efficient, pretty great, in my opinion, right? The thing is unlike a lot of enemy max HP champions, Gnut is bringing so much extra to the table than just only no big deal, one of the best abilities on that A3 damage-wise. But yeah, I mean, he puts out just an insane 2.3 million damage. Meanwhile, you know, you got the supports just chilling there, and Rhodos just helping out a little bit himself. So yeah, pretty dang good. And then last but not least, guys, I'm not going to show you the whole run or anything like that because he hasn't used his Hydra keys. But I also noticed that on his best Hydra clan boss team, surprise, surprise, it's my man Gnut again. So let me go ahead and go to the battle. Not this team, it's actually this second to last team is his best Hydra clan boss team. And of course, the main DPS is going to be Gnut, followed by Mishinaki in Artak. So Gnut, Mishinaki, Artak, Marichka, Ugo, and Nekmo Thar. Again, just shows how flexible, versatile, and just overall amazing this champion is. So I want to ask you guys, where do you use your Gnut? Do you have Gnut? Hopefully you do. If you watch this long and you don't, well, thank you so much for the support, guys. Hey, hopefully it's given a little bit of inspiration on all the different ways that you can use this amazing champion. Don't be afraid to try out Relentless gear on this champion, too. I ran into somebody who shut off the A2 in some battles and used Reflex, just going to the A3 to min-max damage out of this champion. I don't necessarily advise that because that counterattack, the weaken, everything else on the A2, super valuable in its own right, you know? So shutting it off, you're losing quite a bit, not to mention the damage mitigation, decrease attack. So I really hate to shut that off, but I can understand wanting to just have this ability in particular being used more often because it deals so much damage and you get the target's decreased defense. So it is something to consider if you already have a decreased attack and a weaken on your team and you don't need that control off the A1. Guys, thanks so much for watching. You can use them, by the way, in old school clan boss too. I can't stop talking about the Gnut. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. And as always, take care, guys.